Howdy folks, my name is Richie aka Bog Otter, and I'm back with another Guild Wars 2 video. The question I get asked most... What was that? Naked? Was it naked? I don't even know. Oh boy. Howdy folks, my name is Richie aka Bog Otter, and welcome back to another Guild Wars 2 video. The question I get asked most from people on Facebook and Twitter and in the comments of my videos is, what's your build? Show us your build. So I finally decided that I'll show you my build. Now, a little bit of a caveat. This is not like the highest DPS spec. This is not like the most supreme world versus world spec, and this is not going to allow you to conquer structured PvP. This spec I am very comfortable with. I feel it gives a good balance between damage and actually being able to stay alive, and it's good for all-purpose PvE content. It's the build I use while I'm running around doing anything that's new with the living world. It's what I do with if I'm running any dungeons, guild missions once a week with my group, and even low-level fractals. I will say that if you're looking to do a speed run or you're looking to do high-level fractals, this build is probably not ideal, and it's also not great for world versus world. But I'll show you what I have going on here, and then you can try it out and see if you like it. So without further ado, let me present to you my triple acting shout build.
You know you make me wanna shout, kick my heels up and shout, throw my hands up and shout.
Alright already. Okay, we're going to take a look at the traits here in a second. Where this is going to use greatsword and rifle. Okay, so I go 20 points down the strength to pick up the greatsword damage increase by 10%. Alright, this also gives you the burst skill restores endurance. At number 3, I take a percentage of power as giving as a bonus to vitality. Now, if you're not going to use a rifle and you're going to use like two one-handed weapons, then you can pick up something that dual wielding, because that'll actually increase your damage with those items. But since I use a rifle most often as my offhand, I find actually going for the Great Fortitude gives me about, if you check down my health, it's giving me about, I don't know, 1,200 or 1,300 more health, and it just helps you be a little bit more survivable. And then damage foes at the end of a dodge roll is the other minor trait you pick up. So that's 20 strength, 20 in arms. I pick up Forceful Greatsword. All right, this is reduces the recharge of your greatsword by 20%. It also gives you a might stacks on crit. And this also helps you underwater with your spear. Ooh. Okay, critical burst. Burst skills have an increased critical chance. And rending strikes. You have a chance to cause vulnerability on critical hits. And this, the minor trait here, causes bleeding on critical hits. So a lot of stuff on critical there. And then I go all the way down tactics, and this is to get shout heals. And this is not a heavy support build. I used to run a hammer spec with cleric's gear, and it was all about just buffing and healing. And I did like no damage. I couldn't kill any ambient creatures in one hit. It would take me like 7 tries to kill a rabbit. So I switched it up a little while ago, and I like this spec, in most situations. So I got to get vigorous shouts. Shouts heal, and that'll heal you and your allies. Yeah, 25. You get the minor trait to grant might to nearby allies when you revive someone. Empower allies is a huge boost of DPS for your whole team. 150 power to all allies. Fast healer increases your revive speed. So with these two, you are the consummate reviver right there. And lung capacity reduces the recharge on shouts, so you can do them more often. Hence, you get more heals more often. And determined revival. Gain extra toughness per level while reviving. I'm telling you, man, no one revives like me. I am a reviver. Never mind, no more singing. Okay, so let's look at my gear real quick. A lot of people go with full berserkers, right? That's what all you hear about warriors, and probably most other classes as well, professions as well. Berserkers, 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 all day berserkers. I actually don't do that. I do berserkers on my weapons, okay? So I got a berserker weapon. And I do berserker on all of my accessories. I accessorize with berserker, okay? And I have ascended. And you can probably do exotic if you don't have the resources to get the ascended. And I also do, mostly because it looked cool, I like I do a berserker helmet. Okay, and then everything else I do power, toughness, vitality. And again, this is not to do the maximum amounts of damage, it's to give me a healthy balance between surviving and doing damage. Now, and the reason why I like a balance is this. if I went all Berserker and I'm running one of the tougher dungeons or something like that, sure, I could get through it. The problem is I'm gonna have to pay attention a lot, right? And you know, sometimes when I'm hanging out with my buddies, just you know, my guild mates, and we're just doing guild missions, and I want to sit back and put my feet up and have Diet Coke and Pop-Tarts while I'm playing, you know, it's just a much more casual experience. I don't have to be as you know, just worried about me going down to the drop of that. In fact, I barely go down at all, and you'll see I could still do a decent amount of damage. So it's a good compromise. It's a good relaxing play style for me, and if that's what you're looking for, this might work. Now, in terms of a rune set, I'm doing Holbreck, okay, and that, you know, I can get might duration on that. I get power out of that. I get a chance to gain might, and it also reduces condition damage applied to you, which is a great way to just stay alive. You know, when you're running these dungeons, you have a lot of conditions. I do have condition removal with Shake It Off. But you know, having the condition reduced by 20% duration is a great bonus. On my sigils, I have this superior sigil of air for a 30% chance to cause a lightning strike, and the Zenith rifle I have sigil of energy. I've been meaning to change this, but you know, it's actually not bad if you're doing dungeons and such, and you want some extra, you know, you need some extra dodge. I used to do hammer with the endurance and the rifle's endurance when I was complete like tanky spec, and it would just allow me to dodge roll all the time. But you know, this combo's a little bit, at least with the trait that allows me to do damage while I'm dodge rolling. Can do that a little bit more. Yeah, I'm always trying to set up the dodge roll kill. All right, so that's kind of my gear and my setup there. In terms of my skills, this is a shout spec, so I do have 3 shouts equipped. I do, for Great Justice is just you know, it's absolutely necessary. On my mark, it's a way to give you 10 stacks of invulnerability on an enemy. It's not great in terms of what it does by itself, but it does heal. You can see that in blue. It will actually throw a heal, an AoE heal, because of my shout spec, so I use it. You know, you can swap in Fear Me, but the cooldown on this is just much significant, and you know, you just don't get as many shouts off. And Shake It Off allows you to cure conditions, break stuns, and also, you know, do your healing. Signet of Rage helps you gain, you know, Fury, Might, and Swiftness. It's on a pretty short cooldown, so you know, I use that quite a bit. You know, situationally, I'll swap in the banner depending if, you know, I'm doing Tequatl or something like that, and we need like an AoE revive. And for my heal, I use Healing Surge. You want the ability to have a really big heal. So I do have 4 heal buttons that I can press whenever I'm getting into trouble, and it allows, you know, because of the shorter cooldown, because of the lung capacity trait, you really can rotate these 3 spells quite often and keep yourself alive. So let me just take a look at it while we're killing some stuff, and we'll see how it acts. Okay, I like the greatsword a lot for the mobility aspect of it. If I need to get in here quickly and, you know, get into this fight before they take down a champion, I can hit the number 5 skill and rush in. You also have the ability to tag a lot of mobs at once around an area with the number 3 skill. It's fairly standard stuff there. I will say that you know, I do have rifle equipped as my secondary. I always feel more comfortable if I have a ranged weapon equipped. Now, you can turn. There's nothing about this spec that necessarily says that you should use rifle over the longbow. You can certainly swap in the longbow, especially if you want it, you know, more AoE damage. But I find in dungeons and fighting champions and stuff, having a rifle is good for single target stuff. Plus, you have the knockback for interrupts if you need it. And you know, that's kind of how it works. Now, let's take some damage here, and well, I did have some damage on me. I'll show you how much the shouts heal for in a minute as we get into some more battle. So here we go. Let's fight this toxic crate or not. Great. Oh, there was a guy down. I should have revived him with my super revival powers. Everything's dying before I get to it. Somebody's shooting unicorns over my head. Alright, can we have some bad guys, please? Toxic mortar! There we go. Now we got some elites. Alright, so I'm taking some damage here, and I won't take a lot of damage because I have confusion on me. Get that off. Alright, so you can see right there, like, my health is low here. Any second I should be getting back some of my other stuff. As long as I don't get confusion on me again, I should be good. Alright, that guy went down. I just healed, and there's so much spam on the screen, I'm having trouble, like, seeing how much that is healing for. Let's see. Oh, it's only 173. Again, I'm getting confused by the low number. I forgot that, hey, I'm scaled down to level 23. It's not going to be in the thousands like I'm assuming. All right, so obviously if I'm in a level 80 zone, it's going to heal me for a lot more. But you get the idea. It's a fun spec. You've got some swiftness. You've got some condition removal. You have the ability to heal in an AoE. You've got good capability, some decent damage, and the ability to you know, have a little bit of crowd control with the rifle. And that's basically it. Let me know what you think of this spec in the comments below. Again, it's not going to be like the ideal theory crafting, number crunching, highest DPS, but I find it to be a very comfortable spec to, you know, just basically do anything you want in the PvE environment. So that's going to wrap things up. Please go over to Twitter if you have a Twitter account and follow me at Richie Procopio. And if you have a Facebook account, go over to facebook.com/bogotter. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day. See you next time. Bye-bye.